Hey guys, it's Sakina with MBS Creates. Thank you so much for tuning in. I am excited to make this video because I think it's high time that I share more about my background when it comes to social media marketing and how I even got into social media to begin with. So, if you're interested to learn more, stay tuned. If you're new to my channel, welcome. MBS Creates was spawned from my time as an influencer, and as I started dwindling out of being an influencer, I consider myself semi-retired. I decided maybe I can use the skills that I learned as an influencer to help other people who are either influencers themselves or are entrepreneurs, small business owners who want to learn how to use social media and kind of create a brand and an image for themselves, because basically that's what you do as an influencer. So go ahead and hit that like button right now, the thumbs up, because you are gonna really like what you see in this video. And go ahead and subscribe, because on my channel you're gonna learn all of my secrets, and you'll have exclusive access to join my coaching courses. I do have courses on Udemy, and I will be creating more courses as time goes on. But just to kind of educate people on my channel, I take some of the content that I use in my courses and I am going to share that with you here. So be sure to subscribe if you want to learn more about branding, social media marketing, and how to grow your small business. So the year is 2012. I literally just found this magazine article in Austin Nightlife magazine. This is back when I used to be a cocktail waitress at the Hyatt Regency Austin downtown, and I got the opportunity to write this article and interview this mixologist named Abdul Ford. And let me tell you, this guy almost got me into some trouble with a friend. Actually, no, he did. One of my friends who I worked with at the Hyatt actually dated him, and when she found out that I interviewed him, she thought I was trying to get with him, and it turned into this big drama, and we kind of had a falling out over it. But that's just a backstory. I literally just found this as I was making this video because I was Googling myself to see how much content I had up on the interweb. So if you're interested in actually reading this article that I wrote, you can check it out. I'll drop it in the description box below. But I thought it was really cool and I wanted to share it with you guys because this is the exact same year that I started my blog, My Brown Sparkles. So when I initially started out with my blog, it was a generic WordPress blog, and this isn't even the beginning. This is actually the second rendering. So it was a really generic WordPress blog, and I spelled it with an S at the end instead of the Z that you see here. This was my first, I guess you can call it, professional photography shoot where I actually had a photographer take photos of me, and I used it throughout for marketing purposes, like as you can see for this header photo. But my most popular blog post, and it's still my most popular blog post to this day, is called Dark Spots Be Gone, Flawless Skin is Achievable. Basically, back then in my mid-20s, I had really bad skin issues, a lot of hyperpigmentation, ingrown hairs, things like that, and it was really embarrassing. But this article gained a lot of attraction. It was actually published in December of 2012, so I was about not even mid-20s yet, very young. But this was my most popular blog post. Eventually, as I got more into, becoming a blogger, I was able to start attracting different brands like Jan Marini. Jan Marini is actually a really expensive skincare company, and they sell really high-end skincare, and they reached out to me and sent me one of their kits, and I was able to review that, as you can see here in this article. But yeah, that was just the beginning of, my journey as a blogger, and it just got better. Eventually went ahead and updated my website to what you see today. I started the blog in 2012, 2015, things started to shift, and I was just studying, reading articles. I was looking at other major bloggers. At the time, there was Chiara. I'm going to butcher her last name, so I'm not going to say it, but I'll put her picture up. She was like the it girl, and she's still probably one of the highest paid bloggers ever. There was that chick out in California. I can't even think of her name right now. But they were the ones that I kind of studied to kind of get an idea of what it took to become a paid blogger. And then eventually I kind of adopted my own style and my own flavor because I wanted to be authentic to me. But they really helped kind of create that vision for myself. Like, I could see how far I could go with blogging. In the summer of 2015, a representative of Marie Claire magazine reached out to me and asked if I wanted to be a part of a blogger issue that they were running in Austin. This was super unexpected as my blog was really small, but it gave me a glimpse of, what my future could be like if I continued down the path. I was able to meet a lot of really cool bloggers, and from there I just continued to do, what I had been doing. I started investing money into blogging, and it became like a little side hustle. Eventually, brands started reaching out to me and sending me free products, and I was doing product reviews for in exchange for me promoting their brand on my Instagram and on my blog, and I was okay with that for a while. But then I was like, okay, so these girls are getting paid, so how do I get paid to do this? This takes a lot of time and energy. In 2017, I feel like things started to shift a bit, and I started getting paid smaller amounts, like maybe $100 to post something here. But then eventually in 2018, I was contacted by Olay, like the skincare brand, and they wanted to partner with me, and I sent them over my brand kit, my media kit, and it had my pricing and everything, and they wanted to pay me $5,000 to write a blog article and post some Instagram posts for them. And I was like, whoa, that was my first time getting a client of that magnitude and having them pay me that much for, what I do or what I did. And so that was my highest paid job or collaboration, I guess you could say. And so that netted me $5,000. But from then on, I was able to work with designers as a model. I modeled for my friend who has a fashion brand or a fashion line, and she's still doing great to this day. I was like one of her first models. It wasn't paid, but it was like a dream of mine to model. So it was an opportunity to model for someone who was new in the fashion business. And so I was able to do that. But eventually I did get paid modeling gigs. I worked with smaller companies that are based here in Austin, Texas, where I live. And I was able to model for Person Clutch and work with them. I've worked with Soko Botanicals, which is a small skincare brand, but we had like a collaboration that we extended over months. And so I would create content for her over several months and send her photos and things that she could use for her own social media. So all these things just kept rolling in. I will say Soko Botanicals was at the kind of tail end of my influencer work because I was starting to feel a little bit burnt out and just not as creative. But I really had some fun gigs, I guess you can say, or sponsorships and brand partnerships that I was able to work with. And that's really it. I just was consistent. I kept playing around with things. I started to add video into my content. I started a YouTube channel, which I still have and I still use and I still post on there, so you can check it out here if you're interested in learning more about my lifestyle YouTube channel. But it was all about the consistency, and it was all about just developing the quality of what I was putting out. My photos were better because I was hiring professional photographers and I invested in a camera. When it came to time for me to start taking photos of myself, I had a DSLR and I had a remote, and I was able to take really high quality photos, and it really translated when it came to what I was putting out. Now, as far as growing your social media, my Instagram, I got to just under 10,000, which is considered a micro influencer. And I guess at the height of the influencer thing, you wanted like 100K. That was a lot. That was a lot of followers. And as things around 2017, 2018, there's became this trend for micro influencers, because a lot of businesses and brands were beginning to learn that people were paying for likes, people were paying for followers, and they couldn't really trust these big name influencers who had all these followers, because they couldn't tell which ones were actually real and which ones were actually bought. And that was a huge thing. So even though I didn't have 100K, I had 9,000 and something, and that was enough because I had engagement across my platform. You can look in the comments and see people engaging with my posts, and that is what marketers and companies look for when they're wanting to work with an influencer. So for me, it was actually working out in my favor, and that's why I was able to land the deal with Olay, because my results were there on my Instagram feed. You can see how much people were commenting and liking and engaging with my posts, and it was really authentic. And that's what brands are actually wanting to buy into, is that authenticity, and are you building relationships with your followers? So that's how I got started, just being consistent and really being creative and doing what I love, because I really love to do it. It was like my own personal magazine. So for me, it wasn't work. It was a creative outlet for me. And next, I would say some other things that came from me becoming an influencer is I was able to be like a social media coordinator for 2 different businesses. I worked for a boutique in Austin, and then I eventually went on to work for a catering company doing their social media and helping them get clients by email marketing and things like that I was skilled in due to just working as an influencer. This skills that I learned on my own, trial and error, but it led to a lot of other doors opening for me. So I'm here now, and I'm semi-retired. Every so often, I still get people who reach out to me and want to do a collaboration, and if it's something that I deem fit for me and my lifestyle right now, then I'll work with them. So I do still do paid collaborations, so that's still a source of income for me. However, it's not a main focus, and I don't spend much time at all. I just have my blog up and my social media page is still up, so they can still find me, and then that's how I meet people. But I want to use the skills that I've learned through being an influencer to help people in other industries. Right now, I've transitioned into real estate, and one thing you see online with realtors is a lot of realtors aren't that great at social media. It's not their focus. But however, you'll see those big name realtors who have huge followings, and their social media and TikToks are just so cute and funny, and they're entertaining. But that's not every realtor. So I created the social media jumpstart course to help realtors get into social media and understand how to make it work for them, as opposed to them working for social media, because you can get really lost in social media if you let yourself and if you're someone who that's not your main focus, you don't want to spend all your time focusing on social media. So my course is designed to teach you, not just realtors, but any entrepreneur or small business owner, how to leverage the tools that are available, the tools that I use as an influencer, to help you create your social media calendar, create your brand strategy and brand kit, schedule your posts, and just give you some ideas when it comes to content, so that you always have content ready to go, but you don't have to spend a lot of time. Right now, I spend about 2 to 3 hours per week creating content for my different social media channels. I have my realtor channel, and then I have my MBS Creates channel, which is where I promote social media marketing skills and my social media jumpstart course. So that's what I'm doing now, and I want to share that with you. So if you're interested in learning more about my social media jumpstart course, you can check the description box below. I've left a link there where you can go and check my course out on Udemy. But in the description box, I've listed details about the course, what you can expect to learn in the course, and obviously a link so you can go check it out for yourself. If you're someone who you're a realtor, you're new to the industry, and you don't have any of your business accounts set up, the course is going to walk you through that. So that's for any industry. I'm going to walk you through how to set up the business accounts on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. Those are the 3 main social media platforms that I focus on for this particular course. And I'm going to teach you how to create content, how to generate ideas. My favorite part is how to do a brand kit. If you're interested, I will be hosting a live webinar that you can attend for free. I'll drop the link below for information about that, but I'll teach you how to create a brand kit in Canva, because I think it's super important when it comes to branding for your business. And you'll see that it's an incredibly useful tool, because it's going to take the guesswork out of creating content. It automates it for you. That's a little bit about me and how I got into social media and marketing and all of that, and how I know everything that I know. You know, me putting in the work myself, me being a nerd about it, translated to me getting hired by actual businesses that needed help in that field. And I even got a social media, like a startup job, from the skills that I had learned. So that's just how everything kind of snowballed and worked out the way that it did. And now I'm here and I'm like, wow, well, I feel like there's a lot of people who still don't know how to use social media. I hope this video was entertaining and helpful for you. If you're interested, like I said, you can check out the social media jumpstart course down in the description box below, and sign up for my free webinar where I teach you how to set up your brand kit in Canva. The link for that is in the description box below. And if you have not already done so, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, because I will be posting videos here weekly to kind of teach you more about social media marketing and how to grow your business.